All right, everyone. There is not too many people today in the room. However, we have a Q&A session, so let's talk about the market today. Before we will start and before I will share my screen and answer your question, I would like to remind you about the ebooks, which is 30 Days Wealth Planner to build your habit, to try to control yourself, to be more calm. So it's good to do it every morning after you wake up, connected with affirmation, with meditation, depends on which stage you are right now. And after that evening one, which is 90 days workbook to write down 3 to 5 successes during you reach during the day, and some few extra questions, just to reward yourself, just to be proud of you that another day, another successes, etc. It's more like for the Friday call, but every time I would like to, I will actually remind you about that stuff. Let me connect the second computer. And because of the fact that today's Q&A is with me, that means that we will analyze the charts from the biggest picture to the smallest picture. So let me know which market you would like to start with. In the meantime, I will turn it on, log into the Zoom from the computer with Windows. And at the beginning, I will answer the question from Łukasz. Łukasz asked me today on our private group how to create the geometry cluster. Yeah, that's correct, Łukasz. How to create a geometry cluster for Audi USD.
Confirm.
All right. So let me share my screen and start from your question. Let me know if you see my screen. I guess so. Yes, everything is fine. So let's start from this question. I guess Łukasz just forgot about one simple thing. But let me start from the beginning. This is the current bottom, right? The current bottom, this is what I checked before I shared my screen. Here on the left side, we have our current bottom. And we know, just a little bit of background, that this is the previous biggest correction. So when we take this correction, put it to the bottom, we know that 1-to-1 is in front of us. So because of that fact, we can easily play by until this zone. And here the question of Łukasz started. So he said that here is his zero, local zero. After that, he sent me the picture with the description of one here. After that, the deep I was here, because this movement didn't break the bottom. And after that, we had some three waves movement. And mistake you made, Łukasz, is that you forgot most probably that you cannot use the blue measurement in the flat correction, because here we have a shape of the flat correction. Here is the top. After that, we have a deep A. Wave B didn't hit the top yet, so we can consider it like a B. We don't know if it's finished yet, so let's say we are at the stage of catching the B right now. But yeah, so we are missing C. So the blue measurement is just to check if it's deep or no. And here we don't have to even use this measurement, because we know that deep A started from 70.7, and this movement for sure hit the level of 70.7. I guess they hit the level of 99 point something, because they stopped just few pips above the top. So we can just skip the blue measurement and create a geometric cluster from the red one and the green one. And you made a mistake because you started your measurement like this. So you did something like this, that you had the blue measurement, and after that you move something from the blue measurement to the top of the beam. No. One more time. If you wanna do the measurement in the uptrend for the flat correction, you have to start with your scale in the bottom of A, go to the top of your 1 to have a 0 on top, and after that move your 0 from the top to the top of the B, the current B, of course, because we don't know if the B is finished or not. The final answer that the B is finished we will have when we will see the overbalance of the biggest correction, but I guess unfortunately the overbalance of the biggest correction will be very close to our what? Geometry cluster. So all we know that it is minimum 50%. So it looks like the 50% is here. Let me delete it. And after that, B to C from the bottom of A to the top of the B, we are looking for the closest one, okay? Also here we have the information that minimum is 50, but both must be minimum 50, okay? So because of the fact that minimum 50 of the red one is right here, then we have to find some line very close to the previous one. And actually, this is the way how we can create the geometric cluster in flat correction. Okay, so to sum up, the price can stop everywhere from this first geometric cluster up to the bottom of our A. Okay, this is the first scenario. So this is how you should create the cluster for the geometric, how you should create the geometric cluster for the flat correction. Is it clear for you? And is it clear for everyone? Yes. Somebody is not muted. All right, for Łukasz as well. Okay, but what we can add here on this stage is that this is just the first idea. Because from the other side, we can have a situation that the B is not finished yet. So after that, how we will put our remarks. Here will be A of the B. After that, as you can see, we have 3 waves movement. We could have B of the B and C of the B. So after that, we know only that in total, in overall, let's say all of the wave B must have 3 waves, and B inside of the B must have 3 waves. So after that, even if we check the closest one-to-one where they came right now, so here is another one-to-one zone. So the fact that we created the geometric cluster here down below this hour square right now, and we expect the flat correction, doesn't mean that we cannot have the spinning correction here, as Rzepka said. So if you will see, for example, the candle formation at the level of one-to-one, you can consider that to enter the buy transaction, because after that we can have the 5 wave C of the B, so they can go higher. In this case, I guess when they hit the top, of course we will have the scenario just because it's in general it's cheap, and I will go with buy more than with sell. Here in this section we can have this scenario as a supportive scenario. Let's say if they will go higher, hit the top and touch the one-to-one, but after all we will have one more scenario just for sell. Okay, so after that we'll have 2 scenarios. Right now we have only 1. Until the price will not touch the next one-to-one, we have only buy scenario. when the price will hit the top, we have to consider as well that both scenario that after they touch the 1-to-1, they can fall down and break the bottom. Okay. So basically speaking, that's it. If we talk about the current situation on Audi USD. And again, everything depends on what you want to do. If you wanna just do scalping and just collect few pips on side because your main market, for example, I'm talking to Łukasz, is different because you're focused in the long term on Euro USD, but you are in a hedge waiting for the market reaction, and we know that euro dollar is pretty slow one, so you want to do something in the middle to do not waste your time, then you can even try to enter the market after you see the candle formation right now at the level of the 1-to-1 with the correction, because anyway you are not playing for hundreds of pips, you want to just collect few 20, 30, 40, something like this. So the worst scenario can happen if you enter and secure yourself and they will start falling down more, then it's another 40 pips and you will add another position right here in the bottom. So as I said, everything depends what you want to do and what's your goal, why you open this transaction, how much you want to make on this transaction, etc. So if it will be your main market, then I will suggest to wait a little bit longer, because if you would like to use the proper volume, then you can be in a minus a little bit, okay, or stuck in a hedge somehow. But if this is your additional market and you divide even the volume by 2, so you are using 2 times smaller volume than you should, and then after the candle formation, you can try even jump for the few pips without thinking and waiting for the geometric cluster. So basically everything, as I said, depends what is the reason why you want to enter the position, what is your plan for this transaction. So different words with the different word. Before you enter the transaction, before you enter the market, you should know plus minus when you would like to close it. Like with the GPS, when you plan the, I don't know, vacation or a trip, you know where you go. So you have all of the steps in the middle, okay? When you have to go from Krakow to Gdańsk, you know that you have few options. You can go through A1 highway next to directly to, I don't know, Gdańsk, but if something happened in the middle, then you have plan A, plan B, eventually plan C. The same is in the market. When you open the transaction, from the beginning, you must know why. Okay, it's not like this that okay, because there is a chance, and Damian said that they came to the cluster, I will open the transaction, and after that later, then I will think when I would like to close it, or it depends. There is no depends. You have to have your plan. Okay, there is depends if we talk about the different factors, but basically you should be prepared to the market from the very, very beginning. Somebody is not muted again. So do you have some question to that?
I've got question about our marks 1 and 0, because there wasn't overbalance, and we marked this 0 and 1 because we saw a shape of flat correction, and we've got overbalance, I mean local overbalance from last movement, down movement.
Yes, this is, let's say, I call it small 0 and small 1, or non-official 0 and 1, because official 0 and 1 will be after the overbalance of this correction, right? This is what you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to wait a lot of time to see the 1-to-1, and after that overbalance, and again you have to wait for some part of the correction. So yes, I shouldn't put 0 and 1, and I will not send this notification to you through the app, let's say, but this is just for us as a small remarks, because I know that when you see the chart without any remarks, when I will delete all of this line, etc., it will be harder for you to understand where you are right now. And just because when you see the remarks here, then it's easier to understand, aha, they are falling down, here is the one-to-one of this correction, they can go there, etc. But you are right, we shouldn't put, there is no official 0 and 1, there is local 0 and 1.
Okay, thank you.
Because when they will go higher, and for example, they will extend the B up to the overbalance, which is possible. Let's say we will have the market reaction like this. We will have another overbalance. So what we will do, we will move our C of the B, so final shape of the B right here, but 0 and 1 will stay the same. Yeah. After that will be more official. And again, when they will go even higher and do another overbalance, then most probably 0 and 1 will stay the same place. Capish?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So what kind of market, which market you want to analyze together today? Actually, you will analyze the market. I will just ask you the question, what I should do, where to start measuring, etc. Mateusz mentioned about some of the market. Euro AUD. Did we go through Euro AUD in the past?
I think yes.
Do we have any other suggestion we never touched before, just to practice something new? Because if not, for sure I can go through the Euro AUD, but I don't want you to be bored with that. So if you have any suggestion, let's say normal suggestion, not the coffee market or something like this, or Turkish lira, but the market which is ready to play with the normal spread and normal movements, then let's start from something new. If not, then we will go through Euro AUD just to repeat everything from the very beginning. Boom, boom, boom. I don't see any new markets, so let me turn off AC and focus on Euro AUD. So first of all, let me delete this. By the way, they started falling down. I saw it in the morning. What is the biggest picture here? Not so big, Euro AUD. So let's go to trading view. GBP USD. Come on, Rzepka, GBP USD is everywhere. Do you want to start from the beginning of GBP USD or just the current situation? Euro AUD. Let's check here. Student, current situation. All right. I can do it for you. Is that the full chart? I guess you, Mateusz, you are responsible for that one. Is the biggest picture you found?
I think yes.
All right. So let me do the screenshot. Open Paint. And what is the first step? You can talk to me. You don't have to text.
The highest and the lowest point.
Yes, so it's pretty simple. The highest point is here. The lowest point is right here. Correct? After
Yes.
that, we have to find the biggest correction. I guess that some of the correction because of this test of the candle is somewhere here. Second is here. third is here. Oh, it's too big. Third, right. Third is here. And after that, what we can easily say?
It's overbalance.
It's overbalance. We don't have to even measure, compare. We can cut everything what is behind us because this is our new 0 and 1. We will find the 1, but definitely everything what is here on the left side, we can delete. We don't need it anymore because right now we already know that here is our new uptrend. So, boom, 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 boom. So when we put 0 here, then I'm usually trying to find 1 as fast as I can. And after that, I see 1 correction here, second similar correction here. So I would go with number 1 right here. But if some of you will put number 1 right here, let's say I can close my eyes for that and let's say somehow accept it, okay? Because anyway, it doesn't really matter. Because after all, even if I put my 1 right there, I will go with A right here as a shape of irregular correction, correct? If you go with the green remarks, anyway, you will go with A at the same place. And if we talk about the measurements, because after all, the remarks is one thing, but how to do the measurement in a proper way is a second thing. If you will use the green remarks, anyway, you see the simple correction here. So to compare A to different something to C, you will start from the bottom and go with the measurement to the top. If I use the remarks of the remarks with red color, this is the shape of irregular correction. So I will compare wave C of wave A. So anyway, my measurement will look the same, correct? So it doesn't really matter. Just, you know, I like to follow the rules. And when we talk that the impulse has 5 waves and the correction has 3. So when I see 5 waves right here, I'm trying to follow this rule. But anyway, after that, I will put my A here. I will go with the B right there and C right here. Correct? It's clear for you, or you are confused a little bit why?
Yes, it's clear.
So after that, there is still not enough history here. So let me go back to the trading view. This is also the answer for your question, Łukasz, from yesterday, how to do measurements in trading view. Here on the left side, you have a bar, and here you have Fibonacci something, and you have to find the first from the top, Fib something. And after that, modify the scale with settings. You have to add the numbers you need right here. Okay, it's a little bit different than in MT5, but still possible to measure. So I started from the wrong one. I started from the red. I should start from the blue. So let me add the blue measurement right here. From the bottom of our 0, finally to the top of the B, because we know that this is the shape of speeding correction. And first of all, where the price stopped. As you can see, the price stopped here at the level of 61.8 right here. And after that, let's come back with the green one. Let's check if the size of A is good. Put it to the top of the B. And after that, what is the closest line? Most probably 115, which is, no, this is 100. 161.8. I guess maybe, because I don't have all of the lines, maybe 173.2 will be closer. 173.2. Let's check that one, how to accept it. That's it.
No, you should click OK there. Or it works. I think it works.
Yes, 173.2. So it's closer actually. So we could say that we have a geometric cluster right there. Okay, and in total we have a shape of the speeding correction. So it's acceptable for us, right? Let me check if the wave A was neutral. We already know the cluster, so remove this one just to check wave A. As you can see, wave A was neutral. So in that case, we are okay with the speeding correction without deep A. And okay, and what is the next step?
We can cut the chart
Where?
from our B.
Where exactly? Here or here?
This high B, I mean, from speeding correction.
Here?
Yeah,
Why here?
exactly. Because it can be our 0 and because it's overbalanced.
Yeah, but behind is an overbalance. Here we have from the, if we talk about the biggest picture, we already have an uptrend. But okay, we can consider your scenario as well, and we will find a common space. But first of all, let's follow the scenario we started. So as Rzepka said, we can cut our chart after the shape of the speeding correction. All we have to do, let me move this line for a while. Let me move, I guess we can do it, all of the rest we can do right here. So this is our last wave C of the speeding correction. So what we have to check is if the wave C is already finished or not. How to do that? All we have to do is just to find the biggest correction in the last movement, which is our wave C. The first one is right here. Previous was smaller. This one, the next one was smaller. So I guess this correction is the biggest correction in the last movement. And after that, we can move the 0 to the bottom of our bottom of the wave C and check if we have an overbalance. Correct? So we know from the biggest picture, where is the biggest picture here, that the final shape of the correction is already done and the market started another movement. So let me cut the chart after the correction finished. The lowest point is, I guess, right here. Let's go to the daily. And what we had from the bottom, we had the first movement, but the price didn't touch the shallow A. Okay, we had the next movement, and here already the price touched the shallow A. So what we can think about it, after the overbalance of the wave C, the new movement started. And after the first movement, we have the next movement, which touched the level of shallow A. So it looks like we can put our shallow A and try to find the B and the C. That's why we are trying to sell this market right now, because I guess that the shape of the correction is not finished yet. So what I would do in this case, if we talk about the buy scenario, I will put my local zero right here, because this is the end of the wave C. I will go with the small one. Again, it doesn't really matter for now if you put it right here or right there. After that, I will go with the small a. After that, it's nice and clear structure of the three waves B. And after that, we are missing the last part. What we are missing?
C.
C like sister. Just kidding. So somehow it's possible. Somehow it's possible, but the price should fall down to the level at least, let's say, to talk about the shape of the irregular correction of 61.8, and somehow the down shadow must break the bottom of A to have a full shape of irregular correction. What if we do 2 instead of A? You would like to put right here number 2. This is what you mean? Okay. Let me answer this question. If we have 1 and 2, after wave 2, we expect the strong and clear movement. And next movement, which is the wave 3, must have 5 waves. So let me check what happened in the middle. This is the biggest correction in the next movement. And it was the biggest correction right here. So this movement cut this one and that one into the 3 pieces. After that, this 3 waves movement cut this movement and that movement into 3 pieces. After that, last movement is cut by this correction in the middle into the 3 pieces. So everywhere we have the 3-wave structure. So that's why we cannot put, it looks very nice. It's like price action, this shit from the internet. I will do the print screen. If somebody will ask me if I know price action, well, take a look. It's a butterfly or head and shoulders. Let me save it for the future. I wanted to cut down a little bit. All right. So because of the fact that we have 3-wave structure mostly, we cannot put 2 right here. So it must be A. Okay, so we are missing C. So from the biggest picture, we know that some down movement is missing. After that, we had already an overbalance on the top, and we are in front of the next of the 1-to-1. So it's in the strong up uptrend, let's say in the strong up movement, this something will not gonna happen. There is no overbalances in the wave number 3. Yeah, then every next correction should be smaller, smaller, smaller. Up movement should be faster, correction should be shorter, and here is opposite. Here is opposite. Take a look. After the first, let's say, hour A, we had the 3 waves movement with the biggest even correction than those one. After that, we had another 3 waves movement and overbalance. So that's why I think that we are close to this shape of irregular correction in total than what you said. So actually, if we want to create a geometric cluster, for sure, we have to start from the blue one and mark the 61.8. Okay, and we know that to have a shape of irregular correction, this bottom of A must be hit. The market must break the bottom, and A to C here will have some crazy numbers. Maybe I don't have even in I don't know. I have to check in the presentation if there is something between 200 and 205 and 261 to have this the blue one, after that green one close to 100. Actually, it must be must be 100 because they must broke this bottom. Actually, that's it. And there is no purple one, because when we will start measuring the purple one, then as you can see, or maybe it's 23.6. Okay. So in general, this is the range. When the price will be here, then we will try to measure it more specifically. But right now, we just know that the market should fall down approximately over 1,000 pips. In this stage where we are right now, it's more than enough. We don't need specific level of the price and exact level of marked, let's say, on the as a geometric cluster. We just look for direction and we found it. So the next step is just to measure all of the correction as we did on our market update. So first of all, we expected the overbalance of the last movement to have a confirmation that the B is done. And this is the biggest correction in the last movement, and boom, we had an overbalance. Okay, right now we thought that there is the end of the speeding correction. The price touched the level of 70.7 minimum. I guess they are higher right now. So we have deep A. But anyway, we can say that the B is done. What is in front of us? In front of us is the biggest correction. So we are expecting the market to go there. That's why we are playing sell. However, in the longer term, we want the market to do the overbalance of the biggest correction and fall down even more. But we don't know if they will do it with the one movement, with the swing movement, like we had, for example, here, 1,400 pips without correction, or they will react at the level of 1-to-1, maybe go even to hit the new top, and after that come back, and we just have to change the geometry. All we have to do is just to change the geometric cluster. We don't know, but what we know for now is what happened here. So first of all, we know that we had a deep A behind us. They touched this level of 70.7. And after that, they fell down, created an overbalance of the first biggest correction, and the second as well. Let me double check. Yes, we have an overbalance of the biggest correction in the last movement. So we can say that the deep A is confirmed already. So all we have to do is just to wait for the correction at least 50%. and the market is ready to play sell. And again, if you know this kind of analysis, after that, there is the next step to choose the strategy which you will use to play. If you want to do scalping, do scalping. If you want to enter with the long term, use stop loss, use stop loss. If you want to enter with the longer term, with hedge, use hedge. If you want to enter using the pyramid strategy only, then you have to wait until they will come to the cluster. After that, create the candle formation, start falling down, and after that, check when the line of 50 will be crossed. Right now, they are coming back to our 50. So if you, for example, would like to use the pyramid, you have to wait until they will come here. After that, make a U-turn, let's say, and cross the level of 50 again and start selling and building your pyramid. So analysis is the same for all of the scenarios, but after that, how you will play this scenario, it's up to you. Is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
All right. And if you want to talk about the second scenario, the scenario that here is the new 0 and 1. I will never take this scenario personally because for me the most important part is the general 0 and the highest and the lowest point and the first overbalance. After that is just the shape of the correction, because for example in an irregular correction we most probably always have an overbalance because wave C is usually way longer than the wave A. So thinking both ways in this case, I guess it's not correct one. But if we want to to create as many scenarios as we can, what I will do if we consider that there is an overbalance, then after that, we had the 50% correction after the overbalance. So anyway, the scenario from this, the direction from this, your scenario, which is sell scenario, is that the price can create the flat, actually all of the types of the correction. So they can fall down to the 50%, they can fall down and even break the bottom, they can create flat, speeding, irregular, or simple correction. So from this scenario, we only know that they should fall down, and let's say the minimum is around 50, which is okay for us because this is a common scenario with our scenario, okay? Because we also expect that the price will start falling down. And after that, it doesn't matter if you will be positive or negative about the market. The rest analysis, you will do the same. You can just forget about the top of the B if you are negative and you think that they will fall down in the long term, and you will put your 0, 1, deep A, and so on. Clear? Mateusz?
Yes, thank you.
But as I said, for me, the most important and the first overbalance is after I found the highest, lowest point and what happened after. For me, this movement is just the wave C of the speeding correction. But if you will take your analysis and put the new 0 and new 1 right here, then we will do the same after all. Because we have a common space of at least few hundred pips. Let's say, let's create the common space up to 50% from now. So it's 900 pips. So definitely it's a long journey, let's say, for the at least few weeks, maybe not few weeks, but many days. And after the price will come to the level of the 50%, then you can start thinking again, okay, if there is, which scenario it's more possible to happen. Clear?
Yes, but I had a question about night spread. Do you remember this question? I mean, because on this market I had buy stop on over the top, local top, I mean,
Here.
and yeah, exactly. And when the bigger spread was at night, they hit me and go lower. And I would like to ask you, it's a good idea to when you know the spread at night at this market is a little bit bigger, it's a good idea to put your buy stop and go a little bit higher, or no?
Will you come back to the market on Sunday at 11 p.m. anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of putting the buy stop higher, it's just better to delete it on Friday evening and just be next to the chart on Sunday night, just to wait, just to check how the market opens. And after that, wait this 15 minutes, let's say, until the spread will come back to normality. And after that, put the buy stop again. Because anyway, when they will open with the gap, let's say you enter your transaction here and your buy stop is here with the normal spread, let's say it's here above the top, and they will open with the gap right here. Anyway, your buy stop will be activated here. So it doesn't really matter if you will have it higher or just delete it for a while. So I'm usually, when I have this kind of the situation that they close very, very close to my buy stop or sell stop, usually I'm canceling the pending orders for the weekend, and this is my responsibility to, you know, sit Sunday night to check what happened on the market, and after that put security orders again.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
All right, so we have one market behind us. So Rzepka, what is your question about the GBP USD? You want to just see the is the flat on the bottom? Let me check in the moment. Take a look. They crossed, by the way, the level of 50 1 hour ago. Actually, a few times because there is small local consolidation. Yesterday, they came to the geometric cluster, as we discussed. This is magic. This is what I like. They came to the cluster, create the candle formation, started falling down, do the test, confirm with the candle formation, another candle formation. Already the pyramid strategy is showing us that they can fall down even more. So this is really cool. However, your question was about GBP USD, and if we have the flat correction from the bottom, and my answer is yes, we have. But if we talk about the details, here is our zero, a local zero, of course, non-official zero. Am I right? Yes. Here is our local one. Here is our local B, A, sorry. Here is our three waves B movement. B like bicycle. And here is our C. And again, if we talk about the geometric cluster, of course, we can check using the blue measurements if the A is deep. Yes, it's deep. 78.6 is more than 70.7. So it's useless. After that, A to C, which is from A to 1, and move the 0 to the B, boom. Minimum is 50, and they touched 50 during the night. And right now they are in the 61.8 zone. So actually all of the levels, which is 61.8, 70.7, 78.6 even, they are good to close the shape with the flat correction. B2C to have a geometric cluster. As you can see, it's 78.6, 87.5, the green one, and here it's already too much, so I will delete that. So basically we have two geometric clusters when the price can stop. And what if the price will fall down and break the bottom here, bottom of A? What we have to do is just to move our A to the right side, and it will be A, B, C as a deep A, and we will start over and wait for the B. But for now, is the official nice and clear shape of the speeding of this flat correction. All you have to do is just to wait for the candle formation if you want to join the market. Clear? Clear. Clear. Okay, do you have more questions? Because today not too many people came to our Q&A session. Actually, all of you are more than advanced. So most probably you don't have the basic question about how to compare wave A to wave C or what is overbalance. So generally speaking, do you have some question about some of the market? Do you want me to check some of the market, or that's enough for today and just you will have another market update with Marek tomorrow? Just let me know in the comment if you need something special, some market to check, some specific question, Bartek, Jola, Mateusz, Robert, Rzepka, Łukasz, or everything is fine. No.
For me, it's fine. For me, it's fine. Everything is fine. Thank you.
Okay, cool. For Mateusz as well. I have only one, so it's clear. Okay, guys, perfect. So if there is no more question, there is also no question on our Facebook group. So thank you for today. Thank you for your question and for this analysis. Remember that tomorrow at 9 a.m. you have another market update with Marek, and on Friday we have another mindset call. There is the homework. I would like to remind you right now, because tomorrow I will not be with you. There is a module 1 to go through again, to review your previous answer, to send me this PDF with the homework, and it will be our main topic. How to deal with affirmations, how to overcome your negative fears, obstacles in front of you, your barriers, how to extend your barriers or just, delete it from your life, how to be focused on the goals, etc. So just make sure that you send me an email, even if you don't know what to do there or what to write down. Try to do it in Polish, or just put the question mark to see that you, so I will see that you started, you tried. Maybe it wasn't so super obvious for you to answer, so I will explain everything online on Friday. I would like to remind you as well that Daniel, I guess, had some question yesterday about scalping, and I will answer his question just before the mindset call at 8:50 Polish time. So if you want to listen to the scalping question, then we will open the room on Friday at 8 ± 45, 8:50, like 10 minutes before the call, and we will see if the question will be really important. I will start recordings. If not, then I will answer just to him. So if you want, I'm just informing you to be a little bit earlier that day. And actually, that's it from now. From my side, I wish you an amazing day. Remember to follow the rules. Remember to practice with drawings. Remember to practice with the analysis. Remember to follow your rules. If you don't have the rules, just ask yourself supportive question and create this rules, set up these rules for you. We will work on that soon, because in November we will start the business plan issue again. So if you don't have the clear business plan yet, we will go through that again for sure, at least one time this year. That's it from my side. It was a pleasure to talk to you today, and see you Friday. Bye-bye.